Hi, this is a 5-minute introduction on how to use a tick sheet to score free response question 7. We will use one row of the tick sheet to score a single response. The top row of small boxes will be used to score the baseline. The bottom row of small boxes will be used to score the Roman numerals. There are 3 distinct phrases in each response. We will record the score for phrase number 2, which is the first phrase that the candidate's response contains on the left. We will record the information for phrase 3 in this center section, and we will record the information for phrase 4 in this section on the right. Within the row for the baseline, each small box is used to count the errors that we find. The small boxes do not correspond to individual beats in the music, nor do they correspond to individual notes or pitches. It is simply an area in which we can count the errors. If we find an egregious error in phrase 4 in the baseline, we would indicate that by placing a slash through 2 boxes. 2 boxes are used to indicate an egregious error. We will then annotate our slash to remind ourselves what error it was we were recording. For instance, if this error was parallel fifths, we might make a note such as that underneath the slash. If we found a minor error in the Roman numerals at the end of phrase 4, we would record that information with a slash through a single box. We would then annotate that as a weak strong error, for instance. Once we have scored the baseline and the Roman numerals for each phrase, we will then arrive at a summary judgment of good, fair, or poor based on the criteria in the scoring guide. We will write that summary judgment for the phrase under the small boxes. For instance, if the baseline is fair, we would write fair in this area. If the baseline was good for phrase 4, we would write good in this area. If the Roman numerals were also good, we would write good underneath the Roman numeral line. We then check the cadence to see if it meets all the criteria defined in the scoring guide. We will record the information about the cadence above the baseline row and to the right of the center rectangle. If the cadence does not meet the criteria in the scoring guide, we would indicate that with an X. If the cadence for phrase 4 does meet the criteria in the scoring guide, we would indicate that with a check mark. After we have evaluated each phrase for base and Roman numerals and checked the cadence in each phrase, we are then ready to arrive at a summary of the points earned by each phrase. We will write the number of points that phrase 2 earns in this box above the phrase 2 area. We will write the number of points for phrase 3 in this box above the phrase 3 area, and we will write the number of points for phrase 4 in this box above the phrase 4 area. It is then time to check the response to see if it earns the special point, which is sometimes called the 9th point. If the response does earn the 9th point, we will indicate that to the right of the tick sheet. We might put a +1 here if it has earned that special 9th point. Once we have checked for the special point, we are then ready to arrive at the score for this entire response. We simply add up the number of points earned by phrase 2, the number of points earned by phrase 3, the number of points earned by phrase 4, and we check to see if the special point or 9th point is also earned by this response. We add all those numbers together to arrive at the score for the response, which here would be an 8. All right, thanks for watching.